Salutations.
Salut. Brandon and I have a couple celebratory beverages here.
Actually, shake yours again. We're very different frequencies.
We are. A couple celebratory beverages tonight as we ring in the new year.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Welcome to The Average Enthusiast. We have been out for a little while because of Brandon.
No.
Oh, listen.
No.
He and I have decided that we are going to give you a fake story about why we were late. So we're going to give you that right now. Go ahead.
Wait,
Brandon.
so why is it my fault then?
You want to tell them the real story? I thought we agreed on the fake one.
What I'm saying is if we're giving them a fake story, we could have made it someone else's fault.
Oh. Poppy. Poppy. Those baby meetings. Those baby holidays. It's my fault.
So you go ahead, tell the story.
Tell what story?
Whose fault it is and why?
Whose fault? It was Poppy's. So those made up baby holidays.
Baby holidays?
Like Yom Poo-Poo.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something better than that.
Well, like what?
I don't know. That was actually pretty good.
I was going to say, that was a good one.
No, we've, I think our last episode was, which is really funny.
Or Yom Diaper.
That's better. Diaper.
Oh, yeah.
So our last episode was in September, which was our 1 year anniversary. And then we're like, we're done for a little bit. No, a lot's happened.
We were only supposed to be done for like a couple weeks, though.
Yeah, we took a long break. A lot of things have happened over the last few months.
Yes.
And then just holiday seasons get crazy.
They do.
And
my mom literally messaged on our board today. And she said, hey, when everybody could have baked one, I'm Pam Graham.
That's the voice I
So she sounds
heard it into.
Oh, Brandon.
Graham.
You're so handsome.
I was going to get a graham cracker out for when you came over. So we're having dinner tonight and we're having ham. And I was going to have ham graham out and ready for you. And then I forgot. But that was going to be the joke. Insert
Very
laughter.
Original.
You know, we talked about doing more fun things. We need a laugh track.
No, we don't need a
we
laugh
need a
track.
laugh track.
No, the 70s didn't need a laugh track. We don't need a laugh track.
I know, it's bad. So,
have you ever looked up, there's a really good video about when they take laugh tracks out of sitcoms, what it actually sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
There's How I Met Your Mother and Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Both by the same creators, all that stuff. However, when the Big Bang Theory lost the laugh track, it was not very funny. It was not as enjoyable.
I think I saw that. And the funny thing when they take the laugh tracks out,
it's a lot of long pauses.
You can tell they do it on purpose, knowing there will be a laugh track. I prefer my shows actually funny, I guess.
So How I Met Your Mother without a laugh track was actually pretty funny. You know what was hilarious without a laugh track still? Friends. Friends was really funny still without a laugh track.
That was basically 90s How I Met Your Mother, though. So that's understandable.
Don't you mean How I Met Your Mother is 2000s Friends?
Non-biased.
The new millennium Friends?
No, they stole the idea from the future.
Although, so I watched Friends like 2 years ago is when I started watching Friends for the first time ever. And I love How I Met Your Mother. It's my favorite TV show. How I Met Your Mother stole a lot of stuff from Friends. That New York buddy comedy.
I just couldn't get past the first season of Friends.
I always wished that they would combine the two worlds. There would be some characters from Friends that just start popping up inside of there. I don't think there ever was. Courtney Cox was never in it. I don't think any person in Friends was ever in How I Met Your Mother.
Not that I recall, at least.
I don't know the name of the show, but there's a show that was in the 60s that starred this main character who was like an older guy. It wasn't Don Rickles, but it was like one of those older comedians that started it. He had a really popular show about like him and his family, similar to like Everybody Loves Raymond style, something like that. Like he got it running for a couple seasons. It was really popular, and then he got another show with like a different style completely that was not family based, but it was still a comedy and everything. And the season finale of the second show, even though they were on different networks, it was a different show. He was a different character. The season finale for the second show was that the original character from the first show wakes up with the original wife and everything, and it turns out the entire second show was a dream.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yes, because people reference that. I don't know the name of the show.
I mean, that is such a good idea.
They reference it with the Breaking Bad parody video. I mean, it's not really a parody because Bryan Cranston was in it, where he woke up and realized that Breaking Bad was all a dream during Malcolm in the Middle. Did you ever see that video?
That should have been real. That should have been real. That would be awesome.
Did you see that video?
No. I never watched
Bryan
Breaking
Cranston
Bad.
and the wife, I don't know her name, from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Made a video where he woke up and he talks about this crazy dream where he was a meth dealer.
Oh, you showed me that. No, Eric showed me that.
So much, yeah.
It was that one guy's night that we had.
But people reference the show you're talking about, where he woke up and the other show was a dream.
I mean, I didn't even know how you got to do that. Like, it was his original wife that was cast in the first one.
Right.
They're different networks completely that own the two shows. You know what I mean?
But considering that it was the creator of it, you would technically have to call that canon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was canon. 100%.
Which is funny if you think about it. It's
like
they
made it an actual episode. Then the last... That would be the equivalent of like oh man, I'm trying to think of a newer show that's like Veep. You know, like Julie Louis-Dreyfus in Veep.
Yeah.
You know, like let's say at the end of Veep, she wakes up and she's Elaine from Seinfeld still. And there's Jerry Seinfeld and everything. And she walks in and goes, "Hey Jerry, you won't believe my dream I had." What's the deal with the West Wing? Have you ever seen Veep?
No, clips, but I haven't seen the show.
You gotta watch Veep. Veep is really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really funny, and she's a really good character in it. Although, what I was trying to think of the other day is, what are like really good sitcoms for me to watch now?
I'm glad you brought that up. There aren't any.
That's not true.
No, but it's funny you mention it because Joy and I, we just finished a rewatch of House. We just finished it last week.
I was gonna say that took you like all year, almost. You started like March, I think.
Oh, it was all year. It took a while.
It's March or April.
We'd only watch a couple episodes every few days.
Dude, my fly's open. Sorry about that. What?
So did I
distract you that much?
You distracted me. All right.
Sorry, it was legitimately open. I had to close it.
So we finished it, and we're like, well, what are we going to watch now? And we always just end up rewatching things, so we want to find something new.
Yeah.
Because we thought about rewatching King of Queens, but we've already done that like 2 times.
Who watches King of Queens twice?
It's actually a pretty funny show.
It is.
It's good.
That one you watch once.
Anyway. So we were looking through Prime. We didn't see anything that stood out to us. We looked through Netflix. Didn't see anything that stood out to us.
And Netflix?
For both of us. There's stuff I want to watch, and there's stuff she wants to watch.
She doesn't like The Office?
We were trying to not rewatch things.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Because you're saying we just rewatched. I thought you were.
We wanted to do something new.
Something new. There's some pretty good comedies on Netflix that are Netflix originals.
Joy and I have a hard time finding things that line up for both of us. There's stuff she likes, stuff I like. Finding that show that fits in the middle is really hard. So there's nothing there.
Yeah.
I ended up canceling Hulu a while ago just because there wasn't anything I was watching on there.
There's tons of... I watch more Hulu than I do Netflix right now.
So since I have canceled it, I did renew it a couple days ago. There is a lot of good stuff on there now. Actually, I'd almost argue that Hulu is better than Netflix at the moment.
As far as...
non-originals.
Yes, correct.
Which, I mean, technically you could argue since it's owned by NBC, then anything NBC is kind of an original. But
there's a show that I've been waiting and dying for someone to take it to grab all of the seasons, because Hulu plays it, with the last like 5 episodes.
I know, I hate that.
But nobody has ever had it for all seasons, and that is Modern Family.
It's funny because that was one of the ones we were looking at. I'm like, because I've never watched Modern Family.
I've seen all of them.
But I've seen like parts of episodes here and there, and I'm like, oh, that'd probably be a good one to watch. We went and I looked, and I'm like, oh, season 10 or whatever the current one is.
I got Netflix DVD service for like 4 months just to go back and watch Modern Family for 4 months straight.
Does Netflix
and
have DVDs?
Yeah, and I literally just did all of them. I lined them up.
That's a good idea.
Then I just
got
a
DVD player, I could have done that.
Like, you have to have a DVD player somewhere.
That's the only one we got.
Don't point at your computer. You have a DVD player somewhere in this house. There is a box.
Can the Wii
somewhere.
play DVDs?
The Wii cannot play DVDs.
Side conversation, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
We have to.
Okay.
I don't know if I told you this or not.
Put your finger down.
Because I remember saying that this would be a really good thing to talk about on a podcast.
Go for it.
Until a few weeks ago.
So excited. Lots of build.
I didn't realize that the original Wii natively supported GameCube discs.
Yeah.
I knew it had all the GameCube ports because we used to use it for Smash.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could put the GameCube discs in there because they're different size. Yeah. And normally with slot load drives, you can't do that.
Dude, I totally understand. Yeah. Let me tell you something, though. I knew that you didn't know that because you're a dumbass. It's true a little bit. No, you're not. I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude. I got rid of my GameCube the moment I got a Wii. That was something that was nice about consoles, was the backwards compatibility, right? Where I would get rid of my old console to get the new one. But you can't do that anymore.
All right. So we said we'll talk about the GameCube stuff in another one. I think
I'm just saying I miss backwards compatibility.
We could talk like a full episode about
I just miss backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever going to be something
very much agree. And it'll never be like that again.
So great show on Hulu.
All right. Yeah. So we were browsing Hulu.
Yeah.
We were going to do Modern Family.
Have you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine yet?
That's the one I wanted to watch.
She should want to watch it
she
too.
Didn't. We watched an episode. She's like, this is dumb.
No, it's not. It's really funny.
I've been watching it. I'm halfway through the first season already. And I just started it.
Does your wife hate to laugh?
I know.
What is happening?
It isn't. I mean, after I've watched it, I think it's hilarious.
How far did you get?
I'm like halfway through the first season.
Okay. You got a pretty good grasp on it if you're halfway through the first season. It doesn't change. The characters don't change that
Which is
much.
Great because I love it so far. So that's the one that I wanted to do. We watched a first episode. She's like, this is dumb. So okay, fine. I'll watch that. So we had to find something else. So we were scanning through, and there's this show that we found that I have never heard of. I didn't realize there's a show. They have the whole series on there so far. So that was kind of one of the criterion. It's called Mom. You ever hear of it? It's with Anna Faris.
Anna Faris?
It's not Anna.
It's Anna.
No, it's not.
It's Anna Faris. It's not Anna. It's
you know what's really funny that you say that, though? That is literally a joke in the show. There's a girl whose name is... Oh, crap. Her name's Christy, and she makes the joke, oh, it's Christy.
Nope, that's dumb. Nope, I hate that already.
I can't remember now.
The fact that you said that, I pictured a girl and me being like, hi, Christy. And she goes, it's Christy. Like that, I would run away if someone actually did that. That would piss me off.
Well, that's the point. Is the not her.
Is that weird that bothers me that much?
No.
That it disturbs my soul?
Well, it's kind of like I just said Anna Faris. You said it's Anna.
Well, it is, because that's
the thing.
That's her actual name is Anna. So. That'd be like me going, hey, Brandon, you could be going,
it's Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Lots of emphasis.
We would never be friends.
Yeah. So, anyway, the reason I thought about this whole chain.
The show's all in? Like, there's nothing coming out. It's all done. You're just watching through it?
I don't know if it's all done or not. Because I didn't even know it existed. And if I remember right, there's like 5 seasons at least. The reason I thought of it is because we were talking about shows with laugh tracks. This is very much like one of those like NBC sitcoms, non-prime time style, where it's like, I could watch this, like to fill some time. It's nothing that you would like go like, hey, did you see the latest episode? Or like have really deep conversations about the show. Like with How I Met Your Mother. Like there's so many gags and like different things that we can reference because it's a really good all-around show. This is one you really just watch to fill time. But we landed on it. And that's what we're going to use to fill time.
All right, ready? I'm very curious about this. Well, first of all, what are you watching now? You're watching Mom.
So we're doing Mom.
You're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Every once in a while, you throw in a little
great.
Brooklyn, a little pepper of Brooklyn. Great show. By the way, if anyone listening is a big fan of The Office or Parks and Rec, it is along that same slightly different because
similar.
It's made from Fox, not NBC.
Yeah.
So like the approach to it cinematically is different, but the comedy and everything is the exact same.
Yeah, it's not the
like that
single camera documentary.
That Lorne Michaels branch off from Saturday Night Live style.
It's that style, yes. Yeah. Yep. Well, it's got, if you like Andy Samberg,
it's a workplace sitcom.
Yeah.
Great workplace sitcom, just like Parks and Rec and The Office.
Yep.
So what are you watching? What else are you watching now?
I was rewatching Parks and Rec a little bit on the side, but now that Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's going to take its place, which would have been a rewatch for me for Parks and Rec anyway.
Everything I'm doing is a rewatch. That's not true. I'm watching a new drama that Ashley was really into, my girlfriend Ashley, where it's called Outlander. It's on Stars. Her parents and her really like it. It's based off from a book series.
I can't afford Stars.
I can't
like
either.
$3 extra a month.
I can't either. Her parents pay for it.
Share that password, yo.
We're dating and I'm already mooching off the parents. No, I really like it. It's a very interesting series about this woman in the I think it's the 1940s, I'm assuming, who goes back in time to the early 1700s. Like she finds like this weird little rock thing in the middle of England and she goes back in time.
Oh.
And she ends up developing her own life there with her own husband there. And then she still has her husband here. I'm not that far into it, but it's very interesting.
At first I thought what you were describing was a remake. And then I'm like, oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of Highlander.
No.
That's different.
I will tell you, my world will completely shut off from every other show once Game of Thrones comes out again, which should be this year at some point. the season finale.
I'll watch that.
The last season. It is considered, not just by me, to be the greatest show ever to touch your television screen. You still haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it. Oh, I'm also watching Doctor Who. I remember that now.
Well, that's depressing.
Who are you talking about greatest shows to touch TV screens? And that's obviously Doctor Who.
It really isn't, Brandon. It really isn't.
Leave a message in the comments. Doctor Who versus Game of Thrones. It is
not the greatest of all timey-wimey.
See, I don't even think you're allowed to make that joke.
Yeah. Do you want to know why I hate that show? It's because they say that word. Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey. Thank you very much.
I hate it.
And if you watch the episode, which, by the way, that comes from one of the best episodes.
Oh, my goodness.
You would understand. Episode is what got me watching Doctor Who.
I've seen Don't Look or Don't Blink.
That's what that's from.
I've seen that episode, and I really enjoyed that episode. And then I tried watching the show, and I hated the show. Also, I hate science fiction that insists on its fakeness. For example...
Oh, like Star Trek?
While Star Trek insists on its reality, that it is based on reality, it's going to be wrong a lot of the time, but it insists that it's real.
Teleporters is...
Shows like Hitchhiker's Guide, things that like say, by the way, we know this is fake, we just don't care. It's science fiction. I
enjoy their confidence.
Whatever. I don't like that. What was I thinking of? Oh, I almost had it.
Star Wars.
No.
Did you see the College Humor video I sent you?
Yes, I saw.
You haven't seen Star Wars?
Yeah, it was very funny.
It's good. Watch that, guys.
Okay, calm down.
I like how I look over there when I'm talking to them.
Yeah, he looks anytime he says like something directly to the audience. He looks at the computer that is picking up the recording of our voices. Like you're present in the room right now, listening to us. You're a very silent.
I like to address the fourth wall.
I would like to point out that our audience is a very silent friend.
I know.
They don't speak. We should have a name for our audience besides enthusiasts, like an actual name.
They are enthusiasts.
Like Kim.
Kim.
Thanks, Kim. Well, we do actually. We do have a name for our audience.
John.
I was gonna say something.
Our audience recently had a birthday.
Our audience did have a birthday. Happy birthday, John. I was gonna say I would love for you to tell me in any order, your top favorite shows of all time. You don't even have
TV shows?
You don't have to put them in order. You don't even have to put them in order.
I know what they are. I just
don't put them in order. Just say them. Boom. 3 right now. Give me 3 right now. Go.
All right. So it's gonna be The Office.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And
Parks and Rec. You know it's Parks and Rec.
I feel so cliche. No. I'll put Parks and Rec on 4. We'll say How I Met Your Mother's in top 3.
Over Parks and Rec for you?
Yeah.
You really like Parks and Rec though.
I do.
I mean, I do as well.
I like The Office more than Parks and Rec. Do you not agree with that?
You know, I go back and forth. Only because I think the main reason why is because I've seen so much of The Office. I like the characters in The Office more and the situations more, but I like the plot and the direction of Parks and Rec more. For example, the last season of Parks and Rec was wonderful. Like, they tried something and it worked really well.
I'll agree with that because with Parks and Rec, there's at least what I would call a long-running goal.
Yeah.
Where The Office, you could pick up any episode of The Office, and for the most part, context doesn't matter too much.
Which some would say is the mark of a great TV show.
True.
A great sitcom.
There are really only 3 main story arcs through The Office that give you any context.
Jim and Pam.
Michael, and...
Yeah, and his his
employment Michael and Holly.
Yeah.
Right? So his employment up to that point, and then
I wouldn't even say Michael and Holly because that's not really the plot point. The plot point is Michael and Dunder Mifflin. For example, the plot points the plot points where he, starts his own company, and then the plot points where
Michael Scott Paper. Yeah.
The plot points where Dunder Mifflin moves on to Saber. Really, it feels like Michael's the main character in those plot points.
So I was gonna say, and then the third one is just the status of Dunder Mifflin.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep track of why isn't David around anymore and stuff like that. And really, that's extremely minimal because it doesn't impact too much.
Dunder Mifflin is its own character in The Office.
Oh, it is. It
like
totally
the company itself and how it operates and everything like that. Getting bought by Saber later on and stuff like that. My absolute favorite is How I Met Your Mother. It always will be. I go back to it all the time. It's a comfort show for me. I watch it when I'm sick. Like, I like How I Met Your Mother.
Is that on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. And I purchased all of it just because I can't live without it.
I have I own one season.
I know.
I always rely on streaming.
The Office is up there. Parks and Rec is up there, but I'm not going to put them on the list because they're obvious ones. They're my go-to. They're my backup.
That's what I felt.
How I Met Your Mother. I know. How I Met Your Mother. Game of Thrones. I rewatched them many times.
What's 3?
Boy, I guess no. I guess. I'll put The Office on there. Basically, I'll do your same list, but I'll throw in. That's
funny because
Game of Thrones.
The difference is our argument between Doctor Who and Game of Thrones.
There's one show that I will throw as number 4 above Parks and Rec. For me personally, 30 Rock. I really like 30 Rock. It just makes me laugh stupid.
I would put 30 Rock probably in top 10.
I stupid laugh with 30 Rock. And I like stupid laughing.
That's one I should probably go and rewatch because that's one I only saw one time through.
If there were more episodes for me to fall back on, I would totally enjoy more Rick and Morty.
That has potential to be up there.
If they didn't have as many seasons in 3 that The Office has in 1, basically, how long has Rick and Morty been out? 4 years, 5 years?
Yeah, and it's 3 seasons.
Yeah, in 5 years, they have as many episodes as The Office has in 1 year. If there was more than that, I would enjoy Rick and Morty more.
Correct.
It's nice to be back. Nice to be podcasting again.
It is.
John, our audience, John, we appreciate you being with us still. And Mom, welcome back as well. So you were asking about this.
It is for you, Pam.
Brandon, how about you go ahead and give us our hashtags for me?
Oh, gosh. Now with the reboot. No, with the reboot, let's scrap that.
We're scrapping that?
Let's scrap that.
But I like singing stupid songs while you do it.
I know, but I feel like we've just overplayed our hand.
Overplayed what hand?
I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to say.
Also, what do you mean reboot?
It's not. Well, it's not.
This is like an alternate dimension of podcasting.
You know what? Since we're talking about TV shows,
oh my god! Yes.
Welcome to season 2 of The Average Enthusiast. We'll catch you guys next time.
That was a podcast you chose to listen to. Do you think you make good choices? Whether you do, you heard Brandon and Candy talk about things that are cool. We're feeling enthusiastic that you can be average too. So dumb. So dumb.